for my Class B for the week of March 17th through March 21st. And this week we're going to be talking about making inferences and drawing conclusions. What would you learn? Understanding what inference is. Learn how to look for evidence or clues in a reading and use your background knowledge to base your inference. Understand what a conclusion is. Learn how to look at evidence or clues in a reading to base your conclusion. And if you can remember, before you left the spring break, I informed you that you will be doing a crime mystery game. So you're going to have to learn to use your inference and drawing conclusions in this crime mystery game. What is inference? Inference is a logical guess or conclusion based on evidence and prior knowledge. What is in the passage plus what you already know equals inference. What's in the passage plus what you already know, a logical guess or conclusion. Let's play detective. Sometimes you hear or read the term making inferences or drawing conclusions in an assignment. This means that you have to play detective and figure something out using the clues the reading gives you. Types of inference questions. What can the reader infer about the character? What inference can be made? What is the mood feeling created in the story? What is the character feeling? What is the character doing? What happened in the story? What will happen in the story? When does the story take place? Which of these best describe ... To make an inference, you will need to, first of all, look for evidence or details from the text. Number 2, use your mind and think about what you already know, background knowledge. Number 3, base your conclusion or make your inference. Make sure if I'm going too fast, make sure you're pausing these PowerPoints and writing everything down and then pushing play again. Example, you are reading a story that has these 3 clues in it. Number 1, you smell smoke. Number 2, you see smoke coming out of the house. Number 3, you hear the siren on a fire truck. Your background knowledge tells you that when there is smoke, there is fire. Also, you already know when you heard sirens, a fire truck is on its way. Therefore, the inference made is a house is on fire and someone has already called the fire department. Finding clues in a story to answer questions. Tommy and Sarah just got off the school bus. Sarah said, "I smell smoke." Tommy pointed and yelled, "Sarah, look at the smoke coming out of the house." In a moment, they both heard what sounded like a fire engine siren. The passage suggests that A, the house is on fire and someone called to report it. B, the house is on fire and no one called to report it. C, someone was burning leaves in the backyard. Or D, this was a fire drill. That's pretty simple, right? Of course, it's A. What is a conclusion? A conclusion is evidence from text plus evidence from text plus evidence from text. In other words, a conclusion is not a guess. Okay? Conclusion is based completely on evidence. Inference is based on what you see plus what your background knowledge is. So you can basically say an inference is kind of like making a logical guess. Conclusion is all based on evidence. Drawing conclusions. Pretend you are at Walmart. You see a little boy screaming and pulling on his mom's skirt as she pushes the cart towards the front of the store. The closer she gets, the louder the voice screams. A lot of things can be wrong with a little boy. But what do you conclude? And this is for your own personal practice as well. I would conclude that If he's pulling his mom's skirt and she's pushing the cart to the front of the store, the louder she gets the closer she gets to the front of the store, the louder he gets, I'll conclude that he's not ready to leave there yet because of all my evidence that I see. Another crying boy. Pretend you are at the doctor's office to get a shot. That same little boy you saw at Walmart is sitting there screaming his head off like he did at the front of the store. What can you conclude this time? F, he is still angry about not getting the candy. G, he has an earache. H, he is scared because he is there for a shot. Or J, he just cries a lot. Try to make it short. And if you have any questions, we'll cover it in class. Alright, more clues. Pretend you're at the doctor's office to get a shot. Same thing. That same little boy you saw at Walmart is sitting there screaming his head off just like he did in the candy aisle. His mom is rocking him in her arms. He keeps pulling at his right ear. And now what can you conclude? We have more evidence now. Okay, he's there at the doctor. And of course, there is no candy aisle. So it can't because he can't get any candy. It can't be because he don't want to leave Walmart. So you would conclude that if he's pulling his ear and his mom is rocking him, he must have an earache. Alright, a quick review. When people talk, they don't always say exactly what they mean. The listener must figure out what the speaker really means. Inference in reading is when you need to use the clues written in a story to draw conclusions. In other words, you need to be a word detective. You will not always be right when you draw conclusions from a story, but the more you try, the more skilled you will become. Being a good reader and word detective is a good thing. Yes, drawing conclusions are extremely hard. They are not easy at all, but the more practice, the better you will get. Alright, so have a wonderful spring break. Complete your homework. At the beginning of the week, so if you have anything to do for the rest of the week, and I will see you when you return.